reset. It was very early
Right,
on in the
can't
seed.
vote me.
But in a normal case scenario, no, you would not get a free reset with a ROM crash. It's very easy to pretend to ROM crash. Very easy. It's just an Alt F4 away.
And we are off.
This is a mixed run. ROM is not one after the other. It is, as you're going to see in a moment. Oh, actually, not as fast on Cynas. Cynas is going to do very rare thing that's not very worth it, but going to go check the 2 items of Blue Brinstar first.
That is a really curious. I don't know what he's thinking with that. Maybe just...
it only loses you like a minute and a half, 2 minutes to do. But if there's something there, a lot of the times it can save you lots of time. So he's just a hard reset if there's nothing out there. But now in normal mode, this play is a lot less worth it than in hard mode. Because in normal mode, only the morph location is valid for a progression until you have some form of like extended jump. But still, something can be in the ceiling and be very useful.
Yeah, but with this low energy, trying to get that ceiling item is kind of risky, isn't it? Oh, we got the lamp for hk112 and the church.
Not really at all. It's not that risky. It's the guy you'd have to fail like 7 times before you'd even come close to dying, and then you just kill one enemy and get a bit health. Yeah, it is nothing. So it's just kind of hard reset. And so as you can see, he just loses a minute and a half checking those. But now he knows that there's two less viable spots in Blue Brinstar, so that may just disincentivize him to go down there at all later on.
I missed what was that morph ball. What was that?
It's just 3 bombs. So it's 3 bombs and a missile.
Yeah, because I normally see people go right into Link to the Past, and seeing someone go to Turian and go down for those 2 items was really curious.
It is a very common thing to do in 2v2, as I mean, obviously you want to split up, and you usually want one partner to be a little bit further behind the other partner in the Link to the Past start. And in this case, it's still a viable play in 1v1. It's just low percentage.
Now, for our viewers out here, the partners are able to communicate with each other about what they find in their versions of the game. So if one player goes to Norfair while the other stays in Link to the Past, they can still communicate.
Yes, but that is not what we're doing today. This is just a 1v1. But that is where Cynas would go on that strategy.
So this is not a 2v2 thing.
No, it's top versus top, bottom versus bottom.
Okay. And we get a potion in the 4 spots. I'm going to say it now. I'm going to call a pedestal run on it. But that's just me. I like pedestal runs. It's a lot more fun. Oh, we got Ether with Uncle. And we're going to check for what's in the Blind's Hut done.
Free bottle.
Ooh, blue mail. Yeah, was that charge beam?
I missed it. If possible.
Yes, it was charge. Well, that's a nice find right away. Yes, Taggerness says it was charged, so yay. And we got Cynas trying to get Zora money up. He's already at 220.
Not even Zora money, just any money. The money in this game is very tight. Even just doing the basic light world stuff can be somewhat difficult because of the additional spots that the money can be. So you'll see people do Hula Hand a little bit more often. Especially, and you also want bombs. I mean, all of our runners have bombs from various places, but as you can see, like 50 rupees already used on HK's side. He doesn't even have enough. He doesn't even have enough for the bottle vendor, unless I missed him already getting it. But yeah, silver and plasma. So silvers and silvers, basically. In the so we're already armed to the teeth for Metroid. With charge and plasma, we are pretty much set. We could use wave or ice as like additional damage, but our runners can honestly just get through with what they have.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially those silvers for going into Zelda's Link to the Past, they can quite easily make short work of almost every boss. I believe Vitreous is the only one that takes 2, besides.
That's correct.
So we just need to find the bow, and we've got some firepower on both sides.
Interesting thing is that the plasma beam actually has a much smaller hitbox than the regular shot because it's so thin. So there's actually sometimes where you'll see runners, even experienced Metroid runners, make a few like small mistakes, just because they'll shoot something like very thin, like a very small hitbox, and they'll actually miss it. Very rare, but you will see it happen.
I did not know that about the plasma beam. I always thought it was the same size as the regular beam.
Nope, that little regular beam has a little bit of a splash, so especially you'll notice it when you hit doors. You're gonna like if you shoot a door slightly above it with the regular beam, you'll open the door. But if you shoot with plasma, there's no explosion after the beam hits like the wall, so it stays there. It's very rare that it actually comes up and is relevant, but you'll see the occasional mix up.
That is really interesting to know. I did not know that about the plasma and regular shot.
It's very rare because I mean in a regular gameplay you'll never see that. Like you'll never have plasma and not spacer or wave or whatever. Those all they're not spacer. Even ice increases the hitbox a little bit. Makes it a little bit thicker. And wave obviously gives you the 2 beams. It's just very rare to like. There's no speed run that gets plasma before wave. Or plasma
Well,
before.
apparently this one did.
Right. Well, I mean that's why I said speed run. This is a randomizer, so.
Oh,
It
right,
is a thing
okay.
that you'll see in Randomizer, but you won't see it in any of the speedrun categories. Even something like reverse boss order, it's up the wave beam pretty early on for some extra damage.
And it looks like lackattack's going for that extra energy.
Yeah, I don't believe he checked it. I think he just went through it blind. There's actually, because of Metroid having all 100 items like relevant to the game itself, versus in the past we're only like. There's like the 33-ish, unique items, and then there's, 20 or there's like 12 hearts, and then some heart pieces. Like that's the rest of the items in the game. Like the other 150 are completely useless and you don't want. So that's why you'll see a little bit more YOLO from that in this game, the race game in this, because it's worth your bomb. Like if it's an energy tank like it was there, that's great.
Right.
Like
And
that might enable you to do a sequence break.
And a shovel. Ooh.
And that's all we've gotten from here. Yeah, just some shovel and some ammo. So.
I wonder if he's going to go dig up in the grove. I did not get a chance to see what was in the I can never say his name correctly, but Shasta's cave.
Shasrala.
Yeah, I don't even try and attempt it no more. It's Shasta to me. I believe one of our other commentator friends calls him Sarsaparilla.
Yes, but it's not actually that difficult to say. It's either Sashrala or Sahasrala. Depends on if you want to combine the H and the S or not.
But some people like me, you get that tongue-tied when you're trying to talk and it just comes out really garbled and it's weird. Is lackattack in red chainmail? He is.
Yep. There's I believe mail at Istrad? Is he not Chet Istrad? He must have. No, right. He went to Sahasrala's closet. So yeah, there must be mail in.
Yeah.
The reason, if you're curious why Lack went that way for Borderlands South Shore, purely because of his lack of bombs. He only has 2 bombs and only like 2 or 3 bombs, so he went to stock up at the shop, the island, and then went north. That's a pretty common play. If your route ends up with you with too few bombs and you don't have any weapons to kill the mold arms, because you'll need those bombs to kill the mold arms.
All right. So if you found bombs late or early in the game, what would your route be going?
Well, honestly, I just followed a very similar route that only changes if something's at Uncle, and that's I go to Uncle first, and then I reset to Sanctuary, do a hula hand, grab the item in Lint's house, and then start from the south of the city. If I find a weapon, if there's a weapon, any weapon at Uncle, I will do Castle Escape. And that includes 10 bombs. Like if I get 10 bombs in the 2 items at Uncle, I will do the Castle Escape while I'm there, because it saves time to do it without having to walk back up here.
Yeah, lackattack is showing off some Kane O'Brien strats. Have any of our runners done the back of escape yet, or is it just been the?
It's not accessible.
Oh, that's right. They don't have any weapons.
That's as long as the weapons, they can't get to back of escape without a T or a glove. I'm not sure why Total waited that long to place the bomb, but he did. Yeah, that does not work on them. I see some more Kane O'Brien strats. It's not realizing he can. He's just throwing bombs now. Thought he could use Boomerang, but that does not work on mold arms. Their skin is too thick, I guess.
Ah, man. Trying to follow 4 streams at once is really tough.
Well, currently the only new information that we're getting is on Total's screen. Total not like he is primarily a Super Metroid player, so I'm not surprised that he's not fully, like bomb only strats are pretty difficult escape technique, but very useful to learn.
Wait, Total's not a good Zelda player, yet he made the randomizer?
He made the combo randomizer, yeah.
Wow, that's quite interesting.
Deseret who made the first versions of both Super Metroid and Link to the Past. He's not a good player of either game. He will freely admit that. He knows the games well. He's not a good player. He built the randomizers because it was fun for him to mess around in assembly. That was his goal.
No.
Deseret just likes realm hacking, and he's the guy who made the first version of both the Super Metroid and Link to the Past randomizers. Yeah. Both this game and both the current ELTTP and the version of Super Metroid randomizer that we're playing on are offshoots from Deseret's original versions. Like the current version of ELTTP that everyone knows and recognizes is based off of the original work put down by Deseret, and obviously evolved over time by Parkat, Vitor, Christos, etc. And the version of this randomizer that we're using for Super Metroid was built by Total for the Super Metroid Item Randomizer 2017 tournament. So it's based off of that specific version of the randomizer.
That's a great amount of information to know.
Yeah, so Deseret is basically the person that you want to thank for modern randomizers, for them, or at least for them to have started. Obviously, a lot of work, and I always say, like, most current randomizers released post like 2016, with item logits and like no soft locking, not having to worry about that. Like old randomizers, that's thanks to the work by the ALTTP devs, specifically Christos Owen and Karkat's logic algorithms. Which are like used by many games at this point, so that you don't soft lock. That was the biggest hurdle for the longest time. Randomizers have existed since 2004, 2005, probably earlier, But the earliest one I can remember is Pokemon Universal Pokemon Randomizer.
I've never even played the Pokemon randomizers. I was never a really good player of the Pokemon game.
Well, the nice thing about the Pokemon Randomizer is a sword. Didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I believe we get a fried shrimp too with Total. He just found the X-ray scope.
There's more combo randomizer versions coming. I mean, no, probably not.
Well,
This
we
one,
do have Metroid 1 and Zelda 1 combo randomizer. I agree. I love Zelda 1.
It is a script that combines the games. It is not a combined randomizer. I don't know. It's not the same. This game is unique in that it is one cart. It is one game. The other game is two ROMs that are connected via code. This is two games meshed together with code. Oh, you mean new versions of this one,
There's
right?
Master Sword right there. Again, you're apparently being told it's semantics with that, but I kind of agree with you with the mashing together versus combining. But I've seen the Metroid 1, Zelda 1 randomizer, and I'm more of a Zelda fan than I am Metroid, but it does look good. And we have a pod check for Super Metroid. Not Super Metroid, I'm reading the top of the screen now. For Cynas, we're getting the Eastern Palace. And looks like hk112 is going back to Metroid.
Oh, we got Morph Ball. I didn't even notice where we got it from. And no mobility. We got all the mobility we need. We turn into a small ball.
Yeah, I mean, you've never played Metroid Pinball?
It must be in Eastern Palace.
I didn't see the Morphball catch either.
Oh, he was at Adina. Okay. Dang.
I didn't even notice HK going in there.
Probably just went in there, quickly reset, and went straight to Metroid. That is an awful spot for the ball. It's gonna take his opponent a while to get.
Yeah, it is.
And with the lamp, we are actually seeing lackattack doing Adinum. So that's happening.
Wow.
Okay, well, I mean, it is obvious that this might be a location you have to go, but he doesn't know that the Morph Ball is at Adina. He's done everything else right now, so that's actually huge for his opponent. If Total goes to Adina instead of doing Adinum, or like, so it's the difference between the mad stage and the good stage. So
It is an interesting play because he's going to get warped directly to Dark World. He's got no, or did they remove that from the meta?
nope, no, you still need the Moon Pearl, but Moon Pearl can be on the pyramid, as well as other items that lead to the Moon Pearl. Like, you could find high jump boots, or you could find space jump, or screw attack, or speed booster, all of which could lock the Moon Pearl.
Well, it'll at least be interesting to see Bunny Wing for a while.
Probably saw HK get the Morph Ball, but maybe he did get the Merle, and I missed that too. They both look kind of similar in Link to the Past, the Morph Ball and the Boom Pearl.
They do. Though I have noticed that when it's in A Link to the Past, it's a very bright pink on my screen. Well, here's Cynas in
Yes,
desert. Might
HJ
go
doesn't
Aga.
know how. HJ is just skipping two of the items up there.
I've only seen HK run once before. I don't know if he's got the wall jumping skill to get up.
I mean, he's at least played this 3 times. We are on round 3.
And Morphball is indeed an Aga Cave.
So his opponent did go there instead of there, and Lack is still climbing up the tower. Looks like Total is going to go to Adina, so. I'm not talking about the stealing item that he missed. He did not get the items above
The Fairy
up at-
Bones or whatever his name is.
yeah. He did not get the Billy Mays items, and that
Billy
is
Mays, that's it.
2 items that are in logic with wall jumps and powerball. He did not actually done it. The only reason it looks like Lack gunned it to Aga 1 the instant it was available is because he got the Master Sword as his very last item. When it's purely he decided this over Adina. That was his decision. And this is not an uncommon thing. People will put Adina back until they're in the desert for more stuff. So this isn't uncommon.
Adina's now too.
Yeah.
Which means Lack really needs to have something come out of beating Agnem.
Lack is extremely good at both games, so I mean, just on an execution standpoint, he's got a pretty significant advantage.
True.
Pretty much, if it's a NES or a SNES game, lackattack is probably pretty good at it. And it's just a missile pad, so he's gonna go pick that up, but he's gonna have to go to Adina.
Yep. And we got a gauntlet check from Cynas over here.
And I mean, like Cynas is saying, I don't want to still be required for other reasons, but it's just unlikely. Cynas doing early and getting nothing from early gauntlet. That was sequence broken because he did have to do delay wall jumps. Not as hard as I originally thought they were once I learned them, but they're still pretty.
My wall jump skills really need work. I can do them pretty decently, but going up to like the wall jump and then morph ball combo, that's a bit tough. Let's see, we just got bomb capacity of the bomb Chozo. And lackattack's finally going to Aga's cave to get that checked out. And Total showing exactly why I have issues with the wall jump to morph ball combo.
And that's actually required. That can be required in normal, I think. I think you can have screw attacker or in there. But maybe I'm confusing with full randomizer. And, the regular Metroid, Super Metroid randomizer. Not sure what. There he is. Okay, Total. Not sure why Total used. I think he knows what those blocks are. Oh, he was just farming them for power bones. Didn't even want to check the items up there. Interesting.
That is, because I didn't see him go up high enough to check.
Nope. He must not care. It's not on logic, so he's just done in it.
And we now have all 4 runners back in Super Metroid with their morph balls ready to go. Oh, and a hammer.
Yep, that's been there. sure what Cynas. Oh, Cynas. Cynas is very low on health and does not have power bombs, so he's trying.
Yeah, farming health off these guys is, I really wouldn't recommend.
Well, that's not what he's doing. Oh no, maybe he was farming health. He's gonna use the save station here.
Now we got a handshake here with Total and Cynas. Except Cynas is now farming health again. Just not very adequately. Ooh, he took the hit from the. Oh, wow. That little hopper is just dodging the missiles. And just a little bit of love at the end. So do you think we'll have a super trolley item seed in this, or will it be pretty cut?
It'll be what it is. Depends on what your definition of trolley is. I've seen people say that like having an item, any item at all, that like any location considered trolley. It's just a thing. Yes, this is combined with the LTTP.
Oh, there's ice beam.
Move through some doors and get into the other game. That's it. The items are combined into each game, and then you enter a door and you're in the other game. Joel's gonna do the gate glitch here. Here's the door open there.
Is that his first shot, or one or two more extra needed?
Oh,
Ooh.
high jump boots at wave gate.
Very, very nice find. For those in the chat were saying we don't got much mobility, well, we got some more mobility.
So at some point we got ice. I just don't remember exactly
where. Very bottom of just before.
Oh, at charge beam. Okay.
Just above charge beam.
If you're gonna farm guys, you should just turn off your ice beam. You're gonna do some farming. I mean, although with his current like items, I don't know why he would spend time farming here.
Looks like HK is having some troubles getting to the supers behind Spore.
He's not scrolling the screen at all. He's there you go. It's not like it's not hard. Like there's like many pixels. You just have to stand at the right spot. It's not. Oh, I mean, shouldn't even say right spot. There's like a billion. It's not pixel perfect. I've seen some people.
And apparently Cynas got Spring Ball. And Total's feeding the roses. And gets the power glove for his reward.
He's like not doing it at the right plant at all, lining himself up.
And he got the highlight.
Total, I don't even think Total's in the lead in his race. He's just taking a different path.
Yeah, they veered off of each other's.
Total's a little bit in the lead, purely because he didn't do Adenum, but I mean that might be still required. Actually, no, it might not be. Never mind, we have hammer and gloves, so very difficult to fall behind, to fall that far behind, and in this randomizer, because any decision could completely change it. Just farming up some supers and some hopefully power bombs. I'm guessing is just for a few.
Total found his glove in the Rose Room behind the Chozo statue. Yes, all four are playing the same exact seed. And some money at the waterway.
These are all farmed up total, or lack. So really, yeah, it's done. Nope, top and bottom.
It is Cynas versus hk112 and Total versus lackattack. Looks like Total's finally going to go check out Blue Potato. I can speak, I really can. He's going to go through Turian and, I was about to say, and just a big 20.
How many compares are in this tournament? I think at this point around 39, because 3 dropouts. I want to say it started with 42 or 44. So at 49, 39 or 41.
Apparently no one wants to answer. I asked in the...
Huh?
I was trying to find out the number rather than just taking stabs, figure it out. Because I don't know how many we got left either.
The competition is pretty tight in this tournament. We've got, for reference, we have Andy Ivan, Total Lack, and Elminster all in the 2-1 bracket. So if that doesn't tell you how competitive this tournament is, I don't know what will.
And it looks like we'll get a Billy Mays room check from Total.
Total having to turn off high jump boots so he can get through that. That is actually a thing. Sometimes you have to turn off equipment in this game to do jumps properly, and there's an energy tank for Total. So on the bright side, HT did not miss anything.
Yeah,
he
Total
skips
just got a
that.
nice little refund of money, and I was about to say he almost got stuck in a.
You can't get stuck there.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of times it's difficult to get out of there. At least it is for me, because I've seen who was it that tried to get out of there with just the high jump, or not the high jump boots, but without the high jump boots or anything else. He was having like a 5-minute difference because he got stuck before he saved, and he was stuck there with that little corner on the door.
I got stuck there when I started learning, but it's just a matter of watching the tide of the water. The water rises and lowers, and when it's at its highest, you can't jump out because you don't escape the quote unquote gravity. Steam's visits are actually very exact. It's interesting.
Now looks like we're going to do a spacer check from lackattack. And an energy tank with spacer. Alright, folks, it's time to see if we get DLC Kraid. Please point your eyes to Cynas and we'll see what he does.
They switch between games anytime that they can access one of the portals that switch them between games.
Kraid has legs! Down goes Kraid. What's he got behind him?
It's actually worth it. Yep, there are 4 different spots that allow them to swap between the games. A lot triggering Kraid with just missiles by accident. Trying to do the quick kill.
It's surprisingly not as easy as so many people make it look, especially when he gets his nails up there and blocks one of them.
None of the save rooms are replaced with portals. And only one fortune telling hut is replaced with a portal. There are absolutely no plans to randomize the portal positions between the games, and I don't know where you got that from. Until a working entrance randomizer is in the game, I don't think that they plan to randomize the portals.
Wait, have you done randomizer work on the games?
Nope, but I read about the development all the time in the open development channels.
Okay. I thought perhaps you were part of one of the teams that does one of the randomizers.
Nope, but all the development, for the most part, is completely open to read. Especially the Super Metroid randomizer. Pretty much all the development discussion is done in the #development channel in the Discord.
Do they take suggestions, though?
Yep. But they'll also shoot down suggestions that are impossible, like randomizing the locations of the portals. Those portal locations are specifically picked to, for very specific reasons. Primarily for routing, making interesting routing decisions.
Right, and not to leave people confused beyond belief, because I've seen some of the door randomizers from Super Metroid, and they get really confused.
There are plans to add in key sanity at some point. There's a plan in that, but that's only once he figures out a way to make either some kind of special ammo item that could be only used to open some doors, or what's the other? Yeah, there's a few things, but for the most part, there's no plans.
Yeah, because I was curious if maybe they could find a way to put bosses into a different room
Nope.
and have those kind of spawn.
That's actually impossible.
Okay.
In Super Metroid. Super Metroid, the boss rooms are actually very hard coded. Like the Golden 4. Like people will be like, well, what if you swap the crystals in the Golden 4 around? It's actually impossible.
Alright, well, could they do the Zelda bosses into different rooms?
Do they do different bosses in Zelda rooms? No, bosses in Zelda are actually somewhat hard. I mean, you can do Randomizer, but the game gets super glitchy, and it would take a lot of work to randomize this. Because again, like all of the RAM locations are very different, so they have to first find it, then figure out how to randomize it. And as we already found out, if you randomize the lint sprite in these games, you can't actually like randomize the lint sprite. So.
Huh. I did not know that. See, I'm not a coder myself, so I didn't know any of this. And we got a tempered sword for lackattack.
The reason that, say, for example, they've tried to do it where you're the Samus sprite in Zelda instead, but there's some snakes. For example, the sprite just resets to Link's basic sprite every time you go back to Zelda, for some reason. So it's impossible to change his sprite. For now. I'm sure they'll figure it out eventually, but for now he just kind of changes back.
It's one of those fun little ideas that you want to add. And looks like Total got the quick kill. So when you get that quick kill on the Crave, why does it glitch out like that in the corner when you come back into the room? I have no idea when we'd get a Samus sprite turned away. Is it really 200 pieces?
It's a lot of pieces. The sprite sheet is like 5 times as big as Link's sprite sheet. It's really big. They posted in the Discord a few times. That one's not technically impossible, it's just not worth the effort.
So is a lot of that the shading on her power suit that makes it so much? And we're getting a tower super missiles check from lackattack. Just some power bombs.
Yeah, what
Okay.
QWERTY said.
Yeah, I was just about to read that off. So it's all the animation frames, because with you stand still, you do see her shoulders rising and falling as she.
Oh, plus, I mean, not only that, just look at all the different sprites on screen right now. Like, there's a separate sprite for damage boosted in this game. HK needs to turn on his hide. Oh, he doesn't have it. He doesn't know how to. Oh, he's just gonna do the lawn jump. Okay. Oh no. So the way that you do this is you need to stand on that little one ledge all the way back. Hold B, press and then press right and jump, and then hold both buttons. But he's not running; he's just jumping off. It looks like.
Yeah, I don't see him getting any of the extra speed from holding B.
Like running in this game, very important.
There.
You can also do it that way. There he goes. Yeah, you can do it. You can also do it just lawn jumping, but that's a little harder for some people. Some people prefer that way.
Yeah, when I first got Super Metroid and I got to that green room where you're supposed to hold down B to run across and get saved, I never knew you'd hold B. But that was my childhood wasted for not reading manuals. Okay, so I'm not alone in that. That makes me feel so much better.
I mean, there's a reason that New Bridge is called New Bridge.
Well, I mean, I was only 13. We're getting a lot of ammo drops in this so far. So, Zelnus, what is your fastest possible time in this randomizer?
2:45, I think. An extremely good seed. It was like, I think I was in go mode in Super Metroid in the Patrico Village. It was like screw, speed, varia, gravity, power bomb, super missile, morph ball, and charge, all in the village. So I just did a like 100% run of Super Metroid, and then did a 100% run of Link to the Past. It was that was actually, it wasn't like I have most of the items from Link to the Past in Metroid. It was just a very good seed.
Yeah, that does sound like it.
I mean, the best time I think right now is 2:20 something. That's very luck. Like, there's a lot of luck to get a good time in this. Like, just getting the right seed. So it's hard to say like, oh, I got a good randomizer time. Well.
Yeah, it's all about what items you find early and what items you can do to get through.
Also, Total is flexing his Super Metroid in this right now, and doing the reverse, doing Fantoon first. Not really, you already did Kraid, but he's doing a pretty difficult way to get to Fantoon. He did the continuous wall jump.
The French vanilla route.
No, this is not vanilla at all. This route is literally the hard route.
And he finds a loophole for his trouble. But what I was saying for French vanilla was you were having a...
Oh, he used sprint ball, right. Never mind, he did use the sprint ball, which is a little easier than than actual CWJ. It's still pretty hard, and actually in logic, silly game. Unless they took it out of logic. Last time I checked, it was actually normal logic.
It's an actual logic to use the spring ball to get to the old ship.
To get to our chip, yep. It's just a spring ball jump off of a regular jump.
Huh.
It's precise. It's somewhat precise the first half, but it's still technically possible.
See, I would have never thought to try that.
Game not easy.
Ooh, we're getting a cooked Fen, and he's become bait completely. I think Fantoon is kind of a space octopus, maybe?
Fantoon?
Yeah, Alastair 0579 was microwave, whatever Fantoon.
Well, Fantoon is a ghost. He's a ghost that's like absorbing the power of the red ship, which is of unknown origin.
Yeah, finding the moon pearl for Total and the wrecked ship was a pretty good thing, but it doesn't really give him much. And we have lackattack and hk112 checking their eastern palace now. Now it looks like Cynas did the spring ball jump as well.
Yeah, it looks like the play is to go to red ship, which not a lot of people would actually know they can do.
Yeah, it seems something that only the really good Super Metroid players would know, because I have honestly never even seen the spring ball jump. I mean, how is that a like very short frame window to make that jump,
Nope.
or is it just kind of?
You jump, and then you morph into spring ball. You hold jump the whole time, and you jump straight there.
Huh.
As far as I know,
Try
yes,
that.
the red ship is in logic with the spring ball.
And we're going to have to see a full fight from Cynas because he does not have the X-ray scope to roast Ghost.
Oh, we're seeing our first check of
Zoro. And just 5 rupees on the shelf.
I don't think anyone faithful bird at all. There's just never enough money or moon pearl. The moon pearl location is pretty rough. This scene might get some of our runners, if there's nothing at Zora here. And this is the last other location that isn't wrecked ship related.
Ooh, just missiles.
I didn't see what it was.
It was just missile pack. Time to go bowling with Total. Unfortunately, the Chozo goes completely over the line and just scratches on that. And I guess he's not going to check what's behind the missile pack then. Oh, boots and gravity.
Boots and gravity. Oh. Huh. I just figured out he needs to do this.
Oh, okay, he checked what was behind the missiles. It's just a new tank. Alright. So with the skipping stone, do you need to turn off the high boots, or do you need them for it?
Oh, and Lack forgot to actually jump. Or go into Morph Ball.
This is individual 1v1. It is currently Cynas versus hk112 and Total versus lackattack. Oh, Lack just did a wall jump instead of using the morph ball.
Not so much saving time by running multiple races, more like saving channel space.
Yeah, I was having an issue trying to figure that one out as well. I was here going, no, it's not station, it's not video, and then you said channel space, and it's like, okay.
Lot getting over the stepping stone.
Yeah, it looked like he wall jumped instead of
Yeah,
more
CWG is honestly easier for a lot of people, so. It's not to say the rest of this like run here isn't like actually kind of hard. You have to actually kill that guy or freeze him. Oh no, you can't, right? I think you
Moon
might be
Pearl
able to
was
charge
in
freeze
the
that guy.
Moon Pearl was in the
Red
Rex
ship.
ship's first missile spec, just before Phantoon. Yeah. And looks like we're gonna get a Soul Woods check because he's got the flame rod to do it. Now, Taggerneth, cats are not stupid. They're telling you to pay attention to them. And yes, all 4 players are running the same exact seed. They are just taking very different and diverse routes. No, Cynas does have Moon Pearl, but Taggerneth is apparently having feline troubles. And I see Lackattack is trying to just kill Phantoon normally, not even trying to execute him with. He did indeed get the Moon Pearl for Cynas.
I mean, honestly, knowing that HK isn't able to do some of these wall jumps is worrying me about like his ability to continue with the seed if that is in fact the only location.
I'm trying to think of other locations that might have something, but I'm not coming up with anything that would help him. Well, Total now has morph bombs, so he's going to have some fun with that.
Yeah, HK is still like, trying to do mod ball, but
Is HK's dropping frames for you as well, or is it just me?
I'm not sure. I've been watching HK.
And looks like Total's about to go play with my favorite Godzilla villain. And made very quick work of the moth. For the big key. And HK almost got it. Total currently has the most progression items, so he kinda sorta is in the lead.
Yes, Total got the stepping stone trick fastest. He didn't do Agnum, so he's definitely in the lead here.
And just some love on the mountain ledge. Yes, he also does have the Swamp Palace Crystal now. Which I don't think we've had a map check yet, have we?
I don't believe so.
And we're getting a waterfall check from Cynas. We got a bottle and bomb.
This is the same seed, correct?
Ooh, Canis Maria in the hut. Sorry about that, I almost choked on my tongue. But the village house beside Thieves' Towns. We got some magic powder in Thieves Dungeon as well. And the bow in Thieves' Town as well, so we now have some serious offensive power with that against boss. Yeah, Canis Maria and the bow back to back, that's a pretty decent fight.
I still don't know how Cynas ended up without the boots.
I'm pretty sure Cynas did grab the boots. They were right there at gravity. And yes, Swamp and Mire is 5 and 6 crystal. HK has not even done Rex ship yet.
Yeah,
I think
HK
he's going
is
there now.
now figure out he has to do something at Red Ship.
And here we go with Blind. Oh, he's going to do Kid Brand strats. So I would have turned it off, yeah.
HK doesn't need high jump boots. High jump boots are 100% out of logic. So, like, it's behind the wave gate, and we're in normal, so wave gate glitches are definitely not required. You can definitely do that Stippin' Stone without high jump boots. It's just hard.
And another crystal down for total.
Cynas is having some problems with the statue here. Didn't have enough to the other end.
And now more fall bombs for Cynas.
Oh, there's Mitts and Hype Cave? There's a lot going on here.
Yeah, there's a lot that we're not able to actually visually grasp right away. And we got a handshake for the digging gate.
Fun history fact of Randomizer, that cave used to be called the... Way back, you can find comments and they'll say something, they'll mention something about the Dark World Care Package, and that what used to be, as far as I remember, what we now call Hype Cave. It used to very commonly have either gloves, or flippers, or hook shot, or some item that helps you in the Dark World.
Interesting to know. And looks like we're going to get a dwarf check with lackattack.
Map chats in Super Metroid in combo randomizer. Who needs those?
I mean, I've never needed them. You know, we can just kind of guess. And total's coming up to everybody's favorite extortionist, Kiki the monkey. I mean, who wouldn't pay a monkey 10 rupees just to follow him around?
I'm pretty sure he steals the first 10.
Kiki stealing? Nah, couldn't be. But then again, that could be why my wallet always went missing when I went around by the people who always had the little music boxes. Yeah, Dirt Zero, thank you. The Turtle Rock is green pendant, and IP is red.
Beating both teams' bosses and reaching one of the game's credit sequences. As if the first boss you defeat does not trigger its respective credits.
Alright, we're gonna get our dwarf check from Lackattack. Ooh, grapple beam for total. And just missiles from the dwarfs. They're dealing in some high technology. Alright, looks like hk112 did do the fake flippers. Lackattack chose to fight Agnum while Total went to wreck ship instead. And that kind of separated them pretty. hk112 is not going to be happy with what he gets from Exor. And it looks like Cynas is finally in Thieves Town. He's going to get his bow and Magic.
Control's making pretty good progress in this scene.
I think totally made it skew in his favor.
Excuse me?
You know, he's the designer of the game.
Okay, let's not joke about that. Cool? Yeah, cool.
Okay.
We're gonna see him beat Pod here.
Looks like Lackattack's going through Skullwoods now himself. And HK is going for Agnes 1.
I'm not sure why HK is going for Aga. He might forget that he has either hammer or glove.
I mean, we know the play is to go to Rex ship for Moon Pearl and everything, but because he does have Morph Ball, he does have the hammer and glove, like you said, so he's got Dark World access. He just needs that Moon Pearl out of Rex ship. And here's Helmasaur. Helmasaur is down. I'm really surprised Total didn't use the silver arrows just to knock him down at one. And just a big 20 for it. But that is crystal number 3 for Total. I'm honestly surprised we have not seen very much movement items for Metroid yet.
I mean, we've got the only thing that we're really missing is Varia and Gravity. At this point, we have High Jump and Ice, which is more than enough for the most part, and also Morphle Bombs.
We got
getting
Morphle
through
Bombs.
this part.
Those were in Skull Woods. But I mean, it would be nice to see Speed Booster or Screw Attack somewhere. Now Lackattack's going to go into Thieves Town, find his powder and bow, while we have Total deciding not to get those missile packs on the pier. And Sin is going for his super missile pack in Digging Gate. And we're getting the catfish check the total, which is nothing but a piece of love. And Cynas is going to find his Titan mitts in the hype cave, while hk112 is realizing he's a bunny and it's just missiles on the.
So Total is going to return his magic powder, cast it a little bit. He can do Eastern. It is a pendant. He might have done a check quickly while we weren't paying attention. We do know that Eastern is a pendant, as well as Desert and Hera being.
Batman gives
Rubies.
300. Blind goes down for lackattack. And looks like Cynas is going to go check catfish as well. Yes, lackattack did finish Skullwood. And lackattack was having a bit of a confusing state right there. Probably trying to figure out where he can go. Have we had a... No, we haven't. Never mind. I was about to see if we had a check for what Myers' pendant is, but we haven't even had. Looks like hk112 is trying to go up the red tower to get to Rex. And we have a handshake with Kiki opening pod door. I don't know why HK went. Okay, there he goes. Now he's going back to the ship. And looks like HK is going to try and check Gauntlet. And we're going to get a lunchbox checks from Total. And let's see. At its various. So now we have a bunch of Norfair rooms going to be checked now, thanks to the various suit. Though I'm pretty sure he had enough for. No.
Lackattack might have finished the dungeon. Oh no, yeah, he's in a different dungeon. But sometimes you'll see people go into the dungeon and not finish it, but I doubt he didn't finish it all if he went in it. High jump making that jump into Ice Beam a lot easier.
And it's just a piece of hard Ice Beam. And Lackattack's going for the ferry. Link is such a cat, trapping small little sprites inside of bottles. Bo was in Thieves Town, and Fire Rod was
And at this point, HK does not know where to go.
Yeah, he checked Gauntlet a minute ago, or was trying to. Let's see, we have... Oh, we have the mushroom in the Hell Rooms locker.
I feel like I find mushroom almost every time in combo randomizer, but like when I'm playing just regular LTTP, it's never there. I don't know. It's probably just the way that the fact that there's like 90 extra items that are considered, superfluous to the seed, and so they get put into GT more.
Speaking
like all
of that, how many items are there in total in this game?
316.
That's a lot of items. Now, does that include all the heart tanks, heart pieces, and reserve? Yeah. And we're going to check the Mountain Reserves area, the super missiles, and what's behind it. Yeah, it's a spicy mushroom that time. Oh, we got the mirror and the reserve tank and vanilla spot.
Not to beat up that reserve tank, but
Me, I kind of need it. I am not that great at dodging. I could not dodge a ball at all. We're gonna go see what's behind Speed Booster. We got power bombs before the Speed Booster, and inside the Speed Booster we have another energy. And Lackattack is now finished with his Palace of Darkness.
for people who watch this and maybe don't know why some runners wave their hand around, that's actually just to move them 1 pixel ahead at a time.
Right. And
Every time you...
Go ahead.
Every time your arm moves, you move a pixel.
Yes, Total is in the lead quite a bit with all his progression items, as well as what do you want to call it? Yeah, he just has a lot more progression than Lackattack right now. HK should be going to direct ship to find his progression, but unfortunately he seems a little lost at the moment.
It's not that he's lost, is it? I mean, I'll be just being completely like observant of this. It seems like he doesn't know how to do some of the more complicated wall jump based things and the sprint wall jump.
Yes, Dungeon Boss replacements. That's what I was trying to get at. But then I realized Lackattack also has the same number of bosses. And my brain just kind of went fried.
I'll say it's just that they're checking different things. I mean, Lackattack just is light behind because he killed Ada. He's about an Ada's length behind, honestly. Oh, he doesn't have Sprint Ball. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure he has Sprint Ball.
No, HK never got the spring ball.
Oh. Oh, he hasn't done Spore Spawn.
Right,
Okay,
and he didn't get high jump boots either.
I mean, you don't have to do the super missile trick to get the Spore Spawn missile.
Oh yeah, you can
It's
just
funny though that some people legitimately forget there's a boss there. But yeah, no, you can actually just kill Spore Spawn for a sprint ball. Also, one charged plasma shot in his mouth kills him. If you didn't know that, he just dies.
I did not know that actually. I knew that each missile type did a different amount pushing it back, but I did not know doing charged plasma did that.
Yeah, most bosses pre-plasma aren't programmed with plasma in mind. So Rockmire is one of them. I think also you can glitch Rockmire by grabbing his tongue with there's something you can do by grabbing his tongue with grapple. I don't know what it is though. I've heard. It like really made some budge out.
Yeah, you can farm up 90 power bombs off of his shots. You can actually kill his tongue with power.
Total get into power bombs with
Regular bombs.
the vanilla way. Oh, he's gonna do a GGG here. That's good.
And try the super missile glitch. So how does that actually work in the logic with the explosion of the super missile on the?
It's not the explosion. It's actually you are actually shooting the missile through the gate. You for a frame, So basically you have to stand like a pixel behind the door. Then you want to, and this is important. You want to jump, and then hold left and shoot, while still holding jump.
So it's
Now,
actually
before Nemesis hits the door, you put your arm for a moment ahead of the door, and then the super missile's speed goes through, like in the frames it can.
Okay, so it's not the explosion of the missile into the.
It's actually the combination of your It's a combination of the. Oof, he tried.
He did.
It's the combination of your of the fact that missiles actually do gain speed over time. So like your missiles gain speed based on you moving. Now, you'll see that. That's why missiles don't fall behind when you're at light speed. And they should. Like a stand-in still missile moves slower than a moving missile. Or just like that in Smash 2, I think.
Yeah, it's just so interesting finding some of these the different physics and how.
Oh, screw attack.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's a very nice find.
It's a little far to the right, so he's gonna have to do a pretty gnarly jump here. Our treasure gained a little bit too. Okay, he did get it. Our treasure was a little bit too ahead there, assuming he did it right there. But no, that's a big deal. Screw attack right there.
It's a very nice find.
Yeah, well, no, missiles are exactly the same as supers there. The thing is that those green gates require supers. That's why. You can do blue gate glitches with regular missiles just fine. I don't know how he clipped through that enemy there. That was very strange. Yeah, the swoop sound of screw attack is amazing.
Yeah, it is. But I got a good question on that. Still, the super missile topic. The Wavegate one. How does that one clip in? Since your arm is nowhere near the.
Oh, that's more of a glitch with how rooms load. That's a little bit more complicated. The one in Bitpink is just the fact that your super missiles what is the word? Your super missiles are weird. So you're shooting at a point where you're shooting the missile before the gate is loaded on screen, and then it's pretty much you're just precisely unloaded. The gate is unloaded, and then you load the gate once the missile's behind there. It's just a kind of coincidence that it works. Like the gate is unloaded when you shoot the missile, and by the time you load it by jumping high enough, the gate is loaded. So. It's just about that. That's it.
So it's just a global positioning for
where you can do a similar thing in a much larger room, the criteria home screen. You can, if you have wave beam, you can trigger the door to gauntlet from the door at the criteria reserve or criteria supers, and by shooting like down and to the right, and then like moving back, you shoot the wave beam and it triggers the door on the far left of the screen. And then that's how and then you can use a speed booster to do all of Gauntlet with one shine spark, because the door's open and you spark through. And that is the 100% way to do it. I want to say that's how 100% does Gauntlet with speed booster. I know that's how Match GT does it.
Well, we have another reserve tank stuck to. And Total is choosing to do the sword strats for the flying tile. And Cynas is doing the IMBJ to get up to Powerbomb location. Ooh, that was kind of risky there. Yes, Varia suit is with lackattack now.
He's actually gonna be able to access Turtle Rock if it's Ether. Total.
Was it Ether for Turtle Rock access?
We don't know. We haven't been there. That's what I'm saying. If it's Ether, then we have access to all of East Death Mountain except for Hotshot Cave. And even then, we have access to one item in Hotshot Cave.
And here comes Trolldorm. Oh, and he falls. And Total falls again. The name puns we're getting in chat. Ooh, he was so close to falling a couple times there again. Crystal number 4 for Total. And we have super missiles in Spike Cave. Maybe we should rename it to Spite Cave. We got Bombos at the end of Eastern Palace. And Cynas gives us a nice little blue pendant to play with. So, unfortunately, if Turtle Rock or Misery Mire is opened by Bombos, Cynas is the only one who has. Ooh, the red boomerang and a piece of heart. Turtle Rock is a pendant, so Ice Rod is not necessary. Well, actually, if it does become a pedestal seed, then yeah, it would be required. So since it's a pendant in Turtle Rock, it cannot be Ice Rod on the pedestal. We have some missiles and rupees. Nothing exciting in the cap. Yes, HK should be going to Rex ship. I'm not sure what he's doing. He does have spring ball, so he can get there now.
But again, he might not know how to do the jump.
Oh, and Bombos is required for Turtle Rock, so it's
Okay.
still Pendant Cave, so it's not necessary yet.
Cynas found it though.
Yeah, it
That's
was at the end of Eastern Palace.
Yeah. Which is another pendant. So, it's kind of interesting. A pendant, lots of pendant.
Yeah, that's a good point. And then we found Quake in Paradox Cave. And there's the Ice Rod.
Interesting. It is green pendant though, so it's slightly more important. Ice Ball is probably a good place to go from here. Actually, all 3 pendants are completable.
For
Doesn't
total,
necessarily
yeah.
mean anything. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean anything. But yeah, we know that all. Oh, he has the flute too. So you know what? No, it's probably not pedestal. You just can flute now to Desert and Misery Mire and Lower Norfair without gravity. So it's probably not required unless Hook Shot is on pedestal or gravity is on pedestal. Those are the only 2 possibilities. And nope. Hook Shot has a really low chance of being on pedestal since Ice Palace is there. It is possible. Ice Palace logically requires the flippers, but does not logically require the Hook Shot. It's flippers we don't have yet either. But
Yeah, I
we'll
haven't
see.
seen it. Ooh, just barely got that cane on. Now, if Misery Mire is locked by Bombos, we will have to do Eastern Palace required because it was the Armo statue.
So I was going to go activate his flute. Yeah, this flute gives him access to a lot. It gives him access to Desert Swamp, or sorry, Desert Mire, as well as Lower Norfair. Although Lower Norfair is going to be a little difficult with just high jump and screw. Luckily, screw makes it significantly easier than just having power bombs.
And the Duck National Anthem begins. Quack, quack. Oh, we're getting a mushroom check. Deca, this is a game that is combined between Metroid and A Link to the Past. And it's just bombs from the mushroom. And Myers pendant is Ether. We have Ether. So now it's down to hookshot or gravity suit being on. Oh, there's flippers. But yes, if hookshot or gravity is on the pedestal, then Turtle Rock and Ice Palace are required. At the moment, they are not required. And checkerboard room is energy tank. That was the other question I wanted to ask you about. Do you happen to know why the mirror shield lags the game a little bit?
Because there's more sprites on screen.
Is that just it? Just the more sprites, that's all?
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
LTTP is not a stable game. I don't think that any shield except for the mirror shield is large enough to actually cause a noticeable increase, although technically even the regular blue shield adds a little bit. Yeah.
The Tonka shield is my favorite shield. But I figured it'd take more sprites off because it's taking more pixels out of Link's uniform, so there's less movement.
Link's sprite never leaves the screen, even when it's in quote-unquote invisible. It's still there.
Huh.
It just changes colors. Yeah.
So this is why I'm not a coder.
Yep, the silver up there can lay to the game a bit. The silver icon. There's something to do with, I think, if you certain numbers of money laid more than other amounts of money.
Yeah, the 9s.
Not specifically the 9s, but I think it's just having like 9870 is gonna laid more than 1111 because this game is held together by spaghetti. It's not a tightly wound piece of code. High digits actually it stops late and once you break into 1000 again. So like you'll see it never none of these things actually matter. Yeah, sorry, not high values, high digits. Yeah, none of this ever actually matters. You'll never lose a race, student, and or Crocomire.
Yeah, I was just about to say, he just got plasma.
The thing is, though, you can't shoot him anywhere else, or else he will, like as you saw there, he stopped there. If you shoot him again with plasma through his like chest or something, it negates the damage he's taken. Essentially infinite damage he's taken.
I still question how the bones continue to move after he's been burned by acid.
The problem with Link to the Past is it's not like Super Metroid, super easy game to hack. I mean, there's an entire website devoted to all different kinds of hacks. You can change the gravity in the game fairly easily. You can change the map fairly easily. All these things. The only thing that's really hard to change is Samus's sprite. You have to actually like learn how to sprite, and there's like no ROM hack that I've seen that changes anything beyond color, and maybe like the shoulder pads. The beams are fairly easy to customize too, like their properties and their look. For example, there is a specific hack that combines the plasma and the spacer. It was used in one of the more popular hacks that is well named Project Base. It's a base to a lot of hacks now.
I have honestly never played project-based myself.
I would recommend everyone in here that if you've beaten Super Metroid and you enjoyed it, play some of the other randomizers like Legacy and Base, Hyper.
I've played Hyper.
Tons out there that are really well made. And I mean, honestly, you can get basically infinite enjoyment out of this one video game because the amount of work put into it over the years.
Yeah, I enjoyed Hyper. I have never been able to beat it yet, but I do enjoy it.
Cynas is gonna bomb jump, it looks like. Oh, he actually had it and demorphed. That's kind of funny.
Yeah,
Pretty sure he had the bomb jump there.
I was about to say it looked like it to me. But he gets his this time. Now it looks like he's just a little to the far left of that. So he's going to have to do another long... And he got it. He's probably very happy to see that screw attack, though. The one arrow with the flicker. Lackattack is very happy.
We are actually just looking for a screw attack for end gravity for go mode, and honestly, for this bottom match, we're just looking for the hook shot.
Yep.
I'm gonna assume, like with grapple, high jump, ice, they should be able to get through the back half of Suitless Meridia. It's actually probably the easiest part of Suitless Meridia with the items that they have.
They would not snub Gravity Suit, though.
No, yeah, no, they'll take the gravity suit they want, but if they find hookshot before gravity, they will go kill Dragon without that gravity suit. Funny enough, the gravity suit actually doesn't help in Turian. The gravity suit doesn't reduce the damage of Rainbow Beam at all. The Various suit is the item that has that property in this game. This is 2 one-on-one races. This is not the weekly. This is actually kind of the replacement for the weekly today. Cynas doing a very difficult trick. This is called Lava Dive.
Yeah, I've seen this once. I've never seen people do it very often.
It's very... Oh, he actually... He missed the one last step. You can't just jump on that last platform. You need to... Yeah, there he goes.
There
He got
it
it.
is.
It's pretty difficult to do, but when you have Varia, you're only taking the damage from the magma. You don't have to see that. Now, funny thing is that doing this trick without, like, it's gonna be a little awkward. He'll have to go the reverse way. Like, he won't be able to go to the space jump location, or sorry, the Gran Turismo left. Oh, lackattack takes a death.
No, and he's got a fairy, though. Sprite to the rescue.
I can't remember if screw attack is on the left side or right side. The required space
Right
jump
side.
item is what I mean. can actually get the vanilla screw attack location, but he can't get the other one. And he'll be able to go to, yeah, he'll be able to get here with GGG. That was a like thin first try GGG. So funny enough, he's actually gone to Misery Mire and Desert in a completely different way from the other runners. By Sequence Break and Gravity Suit.
Interesting.
He is now Sequence Break and Gravity Suit. He's gonna get the flippers here too. He may actually entirely skip the flute.
Yeah, I don't see him really needing the flute for that. Anything else after? And that means one last crystal for total is needed. Which, funny enough, is the only dungeon that does not require the big key in this randomizer. Oh, that's right, he doesn't have the hook shot. HK has had some slight issues with his wall jumping and more technical assets or skills, so he is kind of at a loss for what he needs to do, which is actually the wrecked ship, which is where he needs to be. And Gold Trees goes down. Or a missile and a rupee. Nice spring balls glitch there. And we have lackattack coming up on the giant eyeball that everybody loves. Especially when you got the silver arrows. And Total is having some issues with the acid room. It looks like HK has finally realized he's got to be doing wreck ship. And Total is going through the most difficult room in the game pretty easily. And Mickey Mouse has the speed booster. Disney at its best. And HK left again and is now trying to do Gauntlet? No, he's leaving Gauntlet. I honestly have no idea what HK is trying to do.
He's just trying to figure out what he has to do. There's an unfortunate knowledge gap. It is not, you know, it
Right.
happens, but it is unfortunate to see in a tournament.
Yeah, he's relatively new, but he's done really good in the past season. Yes, pretty much Cypher. As Zelmus explained to me earlier, because I had never seen it before, it's pretty much what you do for the skipping stone.
It's actually not even dash from previous. It's jump off. So when you run across that ledge, you drop a little bit, and you can jump off that ledge. You hold jump the whole time. You press you morph. You do a mid-air morph. So that's morph in while in midair while keeping your jump held, and you keep holding jump this whole time, and you'll jump off of that platform and get to the other side. There's also CWG, which is in hard mode logic, which some people think is harder, some people think the other one is harder. I personally think they're both a little too hard for normal, but I mean, I used to think that about a lot of tricks, and it's just Super Metroid is more of a Super Metroid is the execution side of like to Link to the Past's other half. Cynas is going to try to hover and doesn't.
And in for everybody's favorite dragon from space. Alright, here's another question for you on how Ridley's death scene works. What about grabbing you makes him die fast?
I don't know. Just know that at a certain health point he'll grab you and then explode.
Yeah, that's basically all I knew. I just didn't know what actually triggered it.
I just know I hit the boss with 30 super missiles and he explodes. That's the extent of my knowledge here. He also will, if he hits you, like with his tail there, if you're damaged when he tries to go grab you, he will not grab you. That's the other thing I know. Yeah, I don't 100% know why that's the thing, but it is. You can kill him normally. You can just unload into him, but it's slower. A lot slower.
And he's guarding 20 rupees. His gambling debts were not paid. And Lack going through this area without space jump, without screw attack is pretty rough. Mostly because those blocks need power bombs or the speed booster, and dealing with the acid going through there is not easy. And looks like we're about to have a handshake with Lackattack and Total just going in reverse. While Total is leaving Ridley, Lackattack is going towards Ridley. And just 5 arrows in the powerbomb spot. And beneath Ridley's statue is a large piece of heart. The whole kit and caboodle. And there's the hook shot. I cannot remember this room's name. But I do believe that means Total is now in go mode for Zelda.
He's in go mode. He'll know how to do the rest of this without gravity.
Okay, I wasn't sure if he knew how to do Meridio suitless. But I guess he does. Me, I can do it. It takes me a while because getting the inputs right for the suit switch is kind of rough on. And Lack getting grabbed a few times by Ridley over there. I'm not sure about that signal. What do you think, Zelnus? Is Suitless Meridia slow enough that he wouldn't search for a lot of the items?
Well, I mean, he'll as always he'll do. He's gonna do Link to the Past first. He's gonna do Swamp Palace. He's gonna do Swamp Palace and Ganon's Tower. He probably won't check all the items in Swamp. He might. But for the most part, no. It's not gonna be any faster to like the last little leg of Suitless Meridia is gonna be fine. Oh, Tedra, the only reason he'll do GT is for more ammo, like to kill Dragon with. But yes, you are right in that he won't. Space Jump could be in there, and that would make it easier a little bit, because there's a lot of that area that isn't water.
And our favorite eyeball is up there on Cynas' screen, and then now he's gone. The Dude RK0 is is correct. He doesn't really need ammo for Dragon because he has X-ray beam as well as grapple beam. Turtle Rock is a pendant, so Bombos is not required at all.
Oh, hi. Lose. I think he's spelling I lose? He's having a hard time figuring out how to spell S with a square.
Oh, wow.
Aww. Feels
Come
bad,
on,
man.
HK, you gave it your best.
Is that FF? Is that what he spawned?
And total is on to our I can't remember what these species are called. He's an octopus with eyeballs around.
That's Argus.
Right, I know his name. I'm just I was thinking about what the genus family of
jellyfish?
octopi is. Yeah, jellyfish. That's the one I was looking for. I wanted to say invertebrate, but that's the entire classification. I was thinking like foxes is Vulpus vulpus. Yeah, we got to give hk112 some love. He did try his best. Don't feel bad, HK. Even I didn't even know what the heck skipping stones was. But you did give it your best, and that's, you know, all you can ever ask for is someone doing their best, and I appreciate you trying.
Yep.
This is normal mode logic. I don't think any of our tournaments have been hard mode yet, have they?
Not on speed gaming.
And Total is now going for the Suitless Meridia run. Good luck to Total.
Yeah, I mean this one is just doesn't actually take that much practice, honestly, to learn. It's just climbing here. You can even just do this, yeah. Just use these guys.
And there
Maybe
goes.
very relaxing.
Oh.
There will not be any music for this entire climb until he enters a new room.
Man, Lackattack's facing Crocomire. He almost had it, but then he hit him with plasma again.
Tried you into the like held position when he wasn't able to. There he is, he got it. Something you can be stuck out of the wall jump position, it's very awkward.
All I remember doing in this area was constantly spinning around those single spots. I love
Okay, the music will start back here, by the way. Once he exits back into Meridia. Oh, actually, sorry, once he goes 2 rooms over. It's really weird, you just kind of don't get audio if you enter through that door for some reason. Like through the Meridia portal. Yeah, this is actually gonna be the hardest part. Killing the shrimp with it. You've got to use some interesting glitches to get out of here. But nothing that I think Lack won't know. Or sorry, Total and Lack won't know. Total found, or Lack found speed. I don't know where.
Speed was in the Mickey Mouse room. Total has it as well.
Actually, surprised that Lack. I guess maybe. Okay, so I was on. Lack may need speed booster. Fried shrimp.
Ooh. Oh, HK was spelling I'm lost. I'm lost.
Oh.
And I'll go straight on.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna try to see the spin. It's a very interesting glitch here, and I don't ask me to explain. I actually don't know this one.
I've never seen it myself.
He's gonna morph and unmorph a bunch of times after he gets some damage boosty thin off this corner. The infinite midair morph. Yeah, it's just an infinite midair morph. Don't know why it works. It's in the logic because it is technically it's just jumping at a platform at its very base level. That's why it's in the logic. It's not ultra precise. It's just obscure and never used in any category.
I've never seen it myself.
The sprint? No, not that one. The one that HK is talking about.
Oh.
The problem with sprint ball is that there's not actually that much there's not much there's a lot known on it, but not a lot of people are practicing it because there's only one category that utilizes the sprint ball. And that is the 100% matched, or 135 or 125% matched GT. Like the category that uses the sprint ball the most.
I think.
I can't remember if it's 130 or 125. It's 1-something-5%. It's otherwise known as max percent.
Yeah, max percent sounds correct.
I just don't remember the actual percentage in max. Also randomizer, but I mean in the speedrun sense.
That's all random percent. Alright, so will we see Total go and finish off Super Metroid, or will he go and stay in?
He will do ALTTP. It is faster to do ALTTP first.
Yeah, it looks like Lackattack is into Swamp Palace now.
You can get over 100% in regular Super Metroid. You cannot get over 100% in Randomizer. That is false.
I'm still trying to figure out why lackattack is digging Swamp Palace.
He doesn't know how to do the suitless back half of Meridian.
Oh.
It's somewhat hard. The escape is the hard part. You have to do a gravity jump, or you have to do a oh no, you cannot gravity jump. Sorry, you have to do that infinite morphin thing.
Yeah, I'd never be able to do it. And here we go, everybody. We're playing our favorite Ganon's Tower.
Whoops, we never started it, so I guess we're not doing it this time. Sorry, chat. It's hard to tell when someone's gonna go to GT in this game. Sorry, Ketchup, I just realized that we didn't actually do the guessing game start in the
someone actually did start it.
What?
It popped up in the channel. Oh no, that's the I'm sorry, I was reading subscribers during a speed gaming channel, and then I didn't finish it off thinking. But I still say chess 9. Still never hurts to have fun guessing anyhow.
You cannot do it when Cynas goes for it. They are using the same seat. HJ forfeited. Oh, was Gravity in? Huh. Gravity was actually in Swamp Palace.
Wow.
How funny. Left side swamp. Well, very good. So, I mean, I was a little worried for Cynas and lackattack's time here, but they may still pull off the sub 4. Or, sorry, sub 3. I don't really... What's really funny, Cynas did this in a totally different way. He does not have flute. He just decided, I'm just going to bring gate glitch. And it worked. He was just like, you know what? No, I can just bring gate glitch. I don't need to find this flute. Who needs the flute? What randomizer do you think we're playing?
Yep. And Taggerneth, can you give lackattack his gravity suit, please? I think he earned it.
I think he got it. He may have stepped left side though. I know Cynas has it. Also, I think the chat just broke in chat, so
That's weird.
it's displaying it on our end, but not on the other end.
And we have Argos down in both lackattack and Cynas' streams.
Oh, I think it caught up. It seems to have caught up.
I'm just trying to go. Yes, Lack did indeed pick up the gravity suit from what? Sorry, I did a tried to clip to see, and sure enough, he did pick.
Both runners, I think, have gravity. I assume Cynas has gravity.
Yes, Cynas did grab it.
No, Lack is going to GT. He has all 7 crystals done.
Oof, the gauntlet is taking its toll on Total. And here we go for the Lamola round 2. Ooh, just barely got that arrow into its side. Now here's the big question. Will Total actually try to hover through Trolldorm, or will he go for the...
Oh, Total missing that a little bit. Yeah, he's gonna not get this at all. Surprised he's trying.
Even if he does, the door will just shut on him real quick.
Oh!
Oh!
He got it!
Just by a hair.
I didn't think he had enough time for that.
Total's stocking up on fairies. And looks like he's going to try and kill Trolldorm instead of hover. And down in 2 hits. Will we get validation, though? Invalid run. Agnum, round 2. Lessons in trajectory. And only a single shot on the first time. 2. We're at 4. Agnum is down. Let's go make some bacon. You know, the entire game we've never been able to call the duck in the Dark World, and yet somehow we now get to summon the duck in the Dark World. And we have Lackattack going into the gauntlet. And will we see Total try and get double shots with the silver arrows? Oh, luckily he's got fairies.
He probably knew he had fairies when he was doing that, that's my guess. I think like, a lot of times people will play way more aggressively if they have fairies.
And we got one double. Or, yep. Ganon is down. We have bacon. Now, is it Canadian bacon or just the best kind of bacon ever, which is apple smoke? So get out 1G for Total. He has gone and beaten Link to the Past. He is now going on to Super Metroid. Lackattack is struggling with those whiz robes.
So here we go, we're gonna see the end of the game here. And go to turn.
Then we have another Trolldorm fight for Cynas up there, who's not gonna... They're trying to get his last crystal.
He's saving up his missiles. He didn't go and charge, interestingly enough, at Ret Ship. Or sorry, at Criteria Ship. But he has a lot of the beams, so it should.
Oh, validation check checked, and it's just bombs. Now, will Total go for the baby skip, or will he actually just sit down and take?
Probably baby, but I think you need wave. Pretty sure you need wave for babies step, so you might just not go for it. And then you need wave so that you can shoot through the whole thing. of the tingly dust stuff. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna go as far as he can, but I don't think you can actually get baby step without wave.
Maybe with Spazer?
No, like the wave beam you need so that you can shoot through it and make a hole, and I don't think you can do that without the step.
Ah, okay. Looks like he does have wave.
Oh, well then he looked like he was trying it. If he does have wave, that's my bad. I didn't notice he had wave.
I didn't notice either.
And you can get enough if you jump around him enough. Alright, well, thank you, chat.
And Lackattack is going to face off with Ganon.
SM appears intimidating to run. It requires practice to run, for sure. It's execution heavy. Honestly, it's not actually as intimidating as you think. But you definitely want to be careful when playing.
I'm surprised Total has not shoved himself into Mother Brain's glass case there.
He does not have enough health. He wants to be careful. You do that when you have like both suits and a lot of health. Otherwise, you take a little bit too much damage and you can die there. Or you won't die there, but you'll have a lot less leeway inside of the Mother Brain fight.
Oh, Lack tried to go for a triple arrow shot. But he's got Ganon down now.
The nice thing, by the way, for SM, like it seems like it's hard to learn, but there's so many resources and videos out there for every trick. It's actually a little bit easier than you'd think to learn. Every room, every item, every trick has a name and a wiki page and a video or videos. It's actually a little bit easier to learn sometimes than LTTP, where the resources are actually a little bit more focused. He's going to take out Very here, so he takes a full 700 damage from the beam.
Such a painful beam.
Also, what we're seeing here is what's called stand-up glitch, where you're going to be able to hit Mother Brain with charge shots and super missiles during this phase of the fight, where there's a cutscene. If you do it wrong, though, you can either soft-lock your game, lade your game for a few minutes, or lade your game for a few hours.
I've never seen a few hours before.
Yeah, no, it's definitely possible to lade your game for multiple hours if you shoot at the wrong time here.
Okay, yeah, I have soft locked myself by putting the baby Metroid too high during a jump, and Mother Brain just couldn't hit it to kill.
Yep, that's pretty much what happened. It kind of happened to Karakarn yesterday. Baby Metroid like escaped from a little bit and then relatched onto him, then escaped again, then relatched onto him,
It was
and
just
then
there for a second.
And then the game kind of slowed down to a crawl for multiple seconds at a time.
Wow.
It was like a good minute. The game was running at like 0 FPS.
Yeah, I unfortunately missed that race. I was on graveyard shift for that.
A few hours. I thought it was only the soft lock. The game running at 2 FPS for that 2-ish FPS for a few hours. Does in fact essentially mean a soft lock. But yeah, no, there is a soft lock where the game just stops running. There's also soft locks where the game is like essentially frozen for multiple seconds.
And Mother Brain is down. Total's on his way for the escape. lackattack beats down our fried shrimp. Or excuse me, microwave shrimp that time.
And boom, getting up to the top there. HK was unable to get to red ship. This is why he forfeited. Yes, that's right. None of Meridia was required this scene. There's, as far as we can tell, no good items there.
And get your second G out for Total, who's finished both games with a total time of 2 hours, 52 minutes, and 42 seconds.
Very good scene. Black is not too far behind him, just has 2 more bosses to go. Black playing with fire there. Resetting his SD to SNES.
Black always plays with fire, though.
I don't think he'll sub 3. Generally it takes about 8 minutes to do it from here.
Yeah, I don't see Black completing in 3 hours. I think he might be like right at 3 hours or a little over. And Cynas has validated his own run with the 3-bomb chest. Got 2 hits for a Magnum on round 2. Hello, Total. How you doing?
Hello, hello. Well, that's a seed. It was pretty speedy.
It was interesting.
Yeah, I was just in the beginning with the green star routing with only 5 power bombs. I had a great plan and I used one too many, so I couldn't go back and farm. So it just completely screwed up everything, and I had to route around Red Tower and down Blue Bryn and up again. And I lost so much time, and I was like, okay, now I'm really behind. I gotta do some big plays.
Well, funny enough, you were in the lead the entire time.
Oh wow, I didn't expect that.
You were the first one to find out that you could do the skipping code strat to get direct ship, which got you everything else. Lackattack kind of shot himself in the foot by going to kill Agnum.
Oh, yeah.
While he ran for wreck ship.
Yeah, I figured as soon as I saw Spring Ball, I kind of knew what this might be a thing. So I kind of wanted to avoid it. So I did. I went out in down first, did trade and all that, and then as soon as I figured, okay, I'm kind of out of options, let's just do red chip with what I have, and
Yeah.
at this point, I had enough things to do it pretty fast.
I mean, that was
Yeah.
technically in logic without in the high jump boots, which very difficult.
Yeah,
high jump boots
unfortunately,
doesn't
we
do
lost
anything. If
HK to
anything, it makes it harder. So you gotta turn it off to do the spring ball jump
Well,
over.
the stuff after it, I thought would be a lot harder without high jump boots. Maybe I'm wrong.
It actually isn't. I think high jump
okay.
doesn't really help that much. It helps a lot in when you get outside the wreck chip and gotta do the missile up in the air outside wreck
Yeah.
chip, because then you can easily wall jump up on the platforms and instead of waiting for ages for them to move around. And that was fire rod, so that was a big item. So otherwise, I think was it in the mid game. It just gave me a lot of items right away. I'm like, oh wow, I have a lot of progression everywhere now. But it kind of guided, like, me decently in terms of routing. And there was a lot of like good combinations of things. Like when I saw the flute and that I could get it, I could do Lord Norfair, Desert, and Mire in one go from the same position. So that was a pretty nice thing. But yeah, other than that, it's nice to have a sub 3 hour seed.
Yeah, we were kind of curious when you found the plasma beam so early. We were wondering what you were going to be doing with that. But then you continued on into Link to the Past and did backgrounds for that. And Lack
Yeah.
missed the stand-up.
I'm not even sure if he was going for it.
Oh yeah, I guess the big thing was doing suitless Dragon. Where was Gravity Suit?
Left side swamp.
Oh, oh wow.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
kind of laughing about that.
Both Cynas and Logitech found it at the same time. Like, they both went left side swamp. I was like, oh, I guess it was right there the whole time.
So, I mean, at that point, I had decided already to do suitless Dragon,
Right,
just
yeah.
because I had everything
Yeah.
else I needed, and was like, okay, well, I can do it. I know I can do it without spending too much time. Like, it wouldn't cost me that many minutes, so it'd be faster than looking for it, unless it was some really obvious place. But yeah.
It was literally 2 rooms to your left.
Yep. That's so funny. Like, I was thinking, I skipped the like Franker's E-missiles in Low Norfair Escape, and I was like, if it's there, it's gonna be there, and I just passed it, and I'm gonna be so mad because
Wait,
I'm
which
losing
one's
time.
Finker Z missiles in Lower Norfair?
So,
I actually don't know that one. Is that the one
oh,
behind
it's the last,
the face?
the Key Hunter, the Three Musketeers missiles.
Oh, Three Musketeers room. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's some.
I've never heard it
Franker's
called
missiles.
that. I've only ever heard it called
Yeah. Anyway, so
Three Musketeers.
yeah,
Okay.
I missed. I didn't get him, and then like 5 seconds after leaving the room, I'm like, oh, I should have checked it, because it's such a quick check, and it's on my way, and could have been like a big good thing, and but yeah, luckily it turned out that wasn't the case, at least.
Well, it looks like Cynas is going to be exploring a lot more of the world than you or Lack.
Yeah, I'm curious what he's looking for.
I don't know. I'm sure I saw him grab gravity out of the left side. When it's 4 streams, it's kind of recognizable that you don't follow all of them and track the protagonist. I mean, it's difficult to follow 2 streams at once, let alone 4.
And that has lackattack down with 302.23. Where's Cynas?
It looks like the golden
Cynas must not have gotten gravity suit. Whoops. Hello, Lack.
Welcome.
Hey. Can you hear me?
We can.
Oh, okay, great. Nice race total. GG?
Yeah, GG, man. Nice race. It was pretty close. 10 minutes isn't much in this.
No, it's not at all. I thought I played pretty well. There was a couple decisions I thought were payoff, but they ended up not, and that almost was the difference. So
Yeah, it's just the minor small things that makes a difference here.
yeah, I couldn't remember, like, and I said this in IRC, but I vaguely remembered that wreck ship was in logic once you got spring ball.
Yeah.
And then I actually didn't use it. I just did the CWJ across. So luckily I knew how to do that. Otherwise, I'd probably been stuck for a really long time. But
Oh wow. Yeah. I did the spring ball jump just like it's fun because it's fun, but luckily I did practice the CWJ bit as well because it might show up and be a fast thing to do here.
yeah. So I did everything before that. So that cost me. I don't know if you did that either, but
I did pretty much everything except maybe 1 or 2 things. So I don't think that was. I think if you did, I heard you did AGA, which I guess is the big.
That's about a 5-minute time loss, like right there.
yeah. I mean, I got Master Sword and had Lamp and said, you know what, this might be in logic to get it to Dark World. I took a shot and it just wasn't it. So that happens.
Yeah, exactly. I was aware, and then no, I'll do everything else before that.
Yeah. So
Cynas did Agnum as well.
gotcha. Oh, he skipped gravity too. Cool. Well, yeah, I mean, it was a good race. I thought I played well. And, I think this is my fastest completion time for one of these. So, not too bad.
Yeah, definitely not very good. I think this is one of the absolute fastest I've managed to as well.
Yeah, the C was actually fairly fast, other than the CW, other than the skip and stone CWJ requirement.
Yeah, that was the one thing that got most of you guys, except for HK. He just could not get past that, which was unfortunate, but he gave it his best.
Yeah, this was one of those seeds where you, like, I actually didn't even need flute. Cynas just GGG'd across the gate instead of flute in there. So you could have done that seed that way too. You didn't even need the flute from Death
Okay.
Mountain.
Yeah. I grabbed the flute and I was like, oh, finally, I don't have to walk everywhere again. But yeah, I heard you mention like
later, but
yeah, I heard you mention that like you got a lot of items in the middle. I felt that way too. Like once I found the flippers, I was like, okay, I just need the hook shot, and I'm done. I guess gravity. Well, I assume I'm gonna need gravity. So I don't think I've never got through that last room without gravity. So
I've got into Dragon, and one time I did, because there are multiple ways to get through that room. The main one is the one that you used, right? Just don't know if there's other ways to get out of that room without gravity.
Yeah, there's a few ways. The easiest being, I think, the grapple jump escape that I did. But you can also do, if you have ammo, you can do a crystal flash. While Dragon grabs you, and that'll give you a free shine spark that you use to get up.
Hello,
I didn't do that
HK.
one. Oh, HK.
So there's a few combinations, but if you have both grapple and spring ball, that is probably the easiest possible combination of items to get out.
Is that whole room considered submerged? Or is there parts of it that are like not submerged?
All of Dragon's room is submerged.
Oh, it's submerged, okay.
Well, we've got HK in here now.
Yeah.
How was that seed?
I thought I was doing good. I figured I had the morph ball early before everybody because I got lost and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go to desert and check this cave and morph ball, and I was going through it just fine. And then I came to the realization, like halfway through, I was like, I'm gonna have to do this spring ball jump, and I have never done it. I haven't even practiced it.
I'd never even heard of it.
I've seen it done in the weeklies commentating plenty of time, and I know about the trick. I just, in the past, since December 7th, I haven't been practicing, and that's my fault, but Smash Brothers kind of took priority over that, so that's my bad. But I realized that trick was gonna have to happen, and I tried it twice, and I'm just, no. I almost watched a video on my phone in the middle of the race on how to figure out.
I've done that in the middle of races.
yeah, I've
How
done that
to-
before too.
How to GGG every time.
Yeah, I've had to bring up the dark room maps more than one time.
I mean, well, the mock ball, like when you guys were watching me do the mock ball, I was watching a video because I could barely do it at the beginning, and I just forgot how to do it. So I just pulled up mock ball, but I didn't know what keywords I needed to use to get that spring ball trick, and I'm like, nope, not happening.
Skipping stone.
Ah.
I just watched a video on it. Okay, I know how to do that now.
Super Metroid in a nutshell. I need to stare at this video for 20 minutes, and I will understand how to do this trick.
It is a pretty simple in general. It's you basically just run and jump and do a mock ball midair and hold jump,
Yeah.
and then you bounce automatically.
Oh,
when
really?
you speed.
Is that oh man, I could thinking
It's
about.
difficulties beginner too on the database. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's technically it's just a midair morph into a jump, into a morph ball jump. It's not.
Yeah, you just hold jump for it.
Yeah, if I would have.
It looks confusing. That's not. No one's gonna deny that trick does look intimidating. I don't think.
Oh, it's not that it was intimidating. It's just I didn't understand how it worked. I mean, I've seen it done. I just never understood how it worked. Now that, like, if you notice when I was doing the mock ball, I shut off my spring ball because I'm like, oh wait, I can't bounce.
Yep. That's true.
It never occurred to me to do the same thing to get across the stupid moat.
I have actually. It is possible to do that if you release jump at the right frame, but don't recommend it. Did it once by accident, and somebody was watching me. I think Elm was watching me, and I did, and I was doing it, and he's like, "You're supposed to turn off spring ball chip." Never mind.
It is what it is. I still have fun with these seeds. I mean, I may be bad and horrible, and I know nifty little tricks like spring ball can bounce on breakable blocks to climb up crumble tower if you fall, or nifty little tricks like that, and I still enjoy it. I may get my butt kicked, but I still enjoy playing this.
So, do either of you remember where Wave Beam was found? Because me and Zealous were both confused by Total trying to do the baby skip. And he was like, he doesn't have Wave Beam. And I'm like, I don't remember getting it. But then we saw you shooting Wave Beam. So, where was it?
It's right next to Big Key in
Oh,
Yellowstone.
okay.
Ah,
Well, thank you. I totally missed it. I was like, oh, hey, look, there's Wave.
Yeah, oh, nice wave beam. That's gonna help.
Yeah. The whole time, oh man, they don't have that many missiles. But then you're like, full charge beam combo. I'm like, okay, guess that's fine. Lack still killed it with by unloaded missiles into its face.
well, that's just Lack. Lack loves to explode things.
I always use the missiles. I don't know. It's just fun to empty them all.
I'm the same, honestly. I
Yeah.
shoot a few missiles, I shoot a few power beam shots for like the first like half a minute, and then I just unload the rest of my missiles in. Because I just
Yeah.
like to not have to deal with catch-up beams, and doing it that way you usually skip the catch-up.
It's worth shooting supers, but it's never worth using regular missiles compared to charged. If you have all the full beam combo, in terms of like damage per second.
Yeah, it
Missiles
doesn't
are
seem
very
like it deals a
bad.
lot of damage at all.
All right, I'm gonna head out unless you got any other
So-
questions.
No,
All right,
and
good
good
night,
luck
Lack.
in the rest of the tournament.
Thanks for.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out too. I just stuck around to at least see someone finish, and then hop in and tell you guys good game and all that. But you know,
Hey, you did an amazing job. You tried your best at those things. You even went back multiple times to try.
I went there about 2 to 3 times, and I'm like, I was getting it, and just like I'm like, this is just no. And then I just was trying to spell I'm lost in the dirt in Legend of Zelda. I couldn't think of any other sequence breaks. If I had the Moon Pearl, I could have probably. It's just that if the Moon Pearl was in a different location, I would have been all right. Oh, but yeah, it was fun, guys.
Yep. Thanks.
GG total. Thanks everybody. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Total, for the game.
Yeah, thank you, Toad.
And thanks for the game. Yeah. All right. See ya.
Bye.
Yeah.
And Cynas is now on Mother Brain. I still question how Mother Brain revives after the Metroid has sucked her dry.
Well, you attempt. Well, when you become the ultra powerful brain beast thin of like the most terrifying people in the universe, I'm sure you'll figure out how to survive a Metroid. Yeah, she totally does turn to dust and then revives. I'm sure there's some lore somewhere in like one of the Metroid Prime games that explains it. But considering, I'm confused. What happened here? Wait, oh, here we go. We're gonna see him attack. Considering the Mother Brain. Oh,
Oh, don't, woo.
Game, are you okay? It seems a little broken here.
There it
Good?
goes. Oof.
Okay, we're good. That was a little weird. I feel like Mother Brain was frozen for a little bit longer than usual in that cutscene.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's explained in some Metroid Prime game. Like, there's probably some codec somewhere that explains, like, because Prime is after the first Metroid game, the first 2 Metroid games, but before Super. I think it might be before all 3, but I'm pretty sure it's just before. It's after 1 and before Super.
This is why I wish they would just keep games timelines to a set kind of time.
You mean like how Metroid is a set timeline?
Well, I mean, you know, you never know whether it's going, which one's going in between which.
I just don't remember. I know that it's a very solid timeline. Metroid Prime is either pre-Super or possibly pre-2, but I know it's not pre-Zero mission /
Well, right. I
original.
mean, what I'm trying to say is, if a game goes Metroid, Metroid Prime, and then release the games that way in that order, rather than releasing a bunch of games and then going back and kind of making a game that's in between this one.
Well, the problem with that is that they made like Super Metroid, the space parts like are done. You kill their boss, you kill Ridley, you kill all of them. You blow up their second base out of 2. You blow up their home planet. Like this game is like pretty much space parts are done. So if you want space parts in a game, and you want Mother Brain involved, you need to make a game that's a prequel. So that's the main reason.
Yeah, but then it skews all the apparent timelines, is what I'm trying to say. Even though the games have their timelines linked in together, people normally go, "Oh, well, this is Final Fantasy 1, so Final Fantasy 2 must go right after." And please get your GGs out for Cynas, who's completed with. Okay, that was weird. Hi there, Cynas.
Did you sign us?
Hey there, guys. How's it going?
Good.
I just finished cleaning up some soiled pants there because I have definitely never done stand-up glitch before, and apparently I just did.
Yeah, you wrote it somewhere in there. I don't know what happened. I feel like Mother Brain was frozen for a lot longer than she normally is. But you didn't cause it to soft lock or freeze for multiple minutes. So
That's what I was afraid of, and I've always seen people like space jumping or wall jumping there, so that's what I did. I have no idea if it does anything or if that's what you're supposed to do, and I didn't know you had to be right next to Mother during stand-up glitch either, which is why, oh, what's he doing? I don't know. I didn't.
I think people just kind of wall jump just because they can wall jump.
I mean, that's usually what I do. I'm just wall jumping because it's fun and it's a good waste of time, and I like practicing my wall jumps. You never practice wall jumps enough.
Yeah, Total was just doing spring ball the entire time.
I actually don't know how stand-up glitch works. It just kind of is a thing that...
I knew that it was 7 E-tanks to get it to work, and then after that, I don't know anything else about it other than you can continue to hit her during the baby phase or whatever. But yeah, so I guess I should learn it now. Yeah, and then I guess the only other couple of noteworthy things on that seed were finding, I forget what we found in the purple chest, but it was important. I think it was Varia. So that was like my last remaining check when I checked it, and so that put me a little bit behind, I think. And then I just go-moded Swamp because I figured, there's 17 items on Death Mountain. I have a better chance of finding Gravity there than doing Swamp. And I really considered Suitless Dragon, which probably would have put me a little bit closer to Lack in total, but I still don't know if you can make that jump with Spring Ball and High Jump. Does anybody know? How did Total get out of there?
Doing the grapple beam.
Spring ball, and you do you grapple beam, and then on a certain frame you like bounce back off of so you grapple beam one of the turrets, you bounce off of the corner of the wall, and then you just repeatedly morph and unmorph, and you gain air. You gain air. I don't know how to do it, but that's the way to escape Suitless. You can also Crystal Flash as Draydon grabs you, and you get a Shrine Spark.
Well, I have to learn both because this is not the first time that Gravity has been go mode for me. Yeah, and then they both got Screw Attack too. I was debating skipping Croc too, and then I found Screw Attack, and I was like, I'll keep it.
Yeah.
But do you guys have any other questions for me before we shut down? I know I'm causing it to go long.
Oh no, I mean I think we were allotted 3.5, 4 hours, but just as a curious, and you may have Flute now, and they may have Flute now, but you accessed Mire and Desert via the portal, and they did it via Fluten. So it was kind of interesting to see the seed essentially completed in different ways.
I'm
Those are cute little notes.
forgetting where Flute was again.
East Death Mountain. You just went there later than they did, and you went through the.
Okay.
You just went through Norfair, and you did the. So you're the only one who did the gravity jump. Or sorry, the wall jump.
Yeah, I've been practicing my lava dive, and I knew that if Meyer was one of the 2 medallions that I had, that I was in pretty good shape because I had the mirror. I could do desert while I was there and then not have to worry about coming back. So that's kind of why I was thinking what I did, and I think I was already pretty close to Norfair when I did all that. So but thank you guys again for commentating the race, donating your time. Thank you, Vi.gg. Thanks everybody for watching and everything. I'm gonna go watch Solski and hope he does better than me.
Well, thank you for running the race and continuing on. It was wonderful to see you guys go at it.
Yep, take care, everybody.
Thank you. Have a nice day, everyone.
Take it easy.